open up my chat box, let me just explain what I was just going through the YouTube comments and I come across one just recently. It'd be easier to just explain it in a video like this uh, than trying to type it all out. So, like, say you're making something in Blender. I just basically just re-go through that video. That's an old video. Um, I've been meaning to remake it at some point. Oh yeah, let me pull up this chat box. Gotta figure out how to videos. If the mic's working, I should hear myself talking. I don't know why it puts that on there. Let's see. Hello. Yeah, I hear myself talking. Oh, I hate hearing myself talk. I don't like it a bit. Alright, so chat. Hide chat. No. Detach. Detach chat. Put chat over here. So it's here. I tell you what, I got a TV that I use for my monitor. It's like a big, it's like a 55-inch screen. But I tell you what, if I ever have to do this again, I will get a ultra-wide computer monitor, like a 21 by 9 that's curved. It's like a lot of work moving your eyeballs across a 55-inch screen all around the screen. It's pretty exhausting. Alright, so let's say we're making something in here. We're making just a box, a piece of lumber, you know, like in the other video. I'll just like real quickly get a wood texture and just slap it on there. Actually, if you get the Blender kit, there's a lot of procedural textures that you can apply to your materials, and I haven't tried any wood yet, but I mean, they're not in short supply, that's for sure. Quite a few of them. And procedural textures, you can think of them as fractals. Fractals are those things that the closer you get, they just keep going into infinity. Like they just keep redrawing. That's not great. Let's see, let's try. Oh wait, I did scale this thing. Yeah, you gotta apply those transforms when you scale. So I put the texture on there correctly. But see, that's I don't even look like a piece of 2x4. I like that. Right now, it's kind of repetitive. Yeah. Now I think I'll just get a damn material from the internet. That'd be easier to do. I mean, these are nice, but they take a lot of extra things to set them up right. I guess I haven't messed with them a lot. Well, that one don't look bad. No, I'm not a genius, man. I'm only slightly smarter than 2 sacks of rocks. That's about it. I figure out stuff for just obsessive compulsiveness to figure out things, like a OCD. It's like I'm stubborn, so when something I can't figure it out, I just put extra time into figuring it out. I haven't tried to bake wood yet. Let me see how this would work. Anytime you bake, you gotta go in your cycles render engine, and I use my GPU, but some people use their CPU. This is how many samples the renderer renders. Unless you're trying to get a job at Pixar, you don't need 4,096 samples. It's not, you don't need that many. Let's see, RTX. Let me try this here. That's a pretty simple one there. Some of them quite complex. Bake. Your bake tab is here. But like I said, if you're in Eevee, you can't bake. You have to be in cycles. Oh, let's turn on an HDRI light. Light the scene. There's bake combined. See how it does. We got our texture right there. Now I'll do a higher resolution. I usually do a low res to test it. If it works, then great. Then I'll do a much higher. I need more memory to do like 8K though. That damn thing locks up. I try to render 8K textures a lot. But then you'll save this image. That'll be your material. This should look much better. Yeah, that's much better than what I would have got if I looked for one on Google. I mean, that may not be the kind of wood that I wanted, but it's pretty sharp resolution. All right, so where do you export these? All right, so where these get exported, if your level is, say, small grid, you won't have a folder in here unless you've gone into the world editor and saved it. Let me load it and show you. And the art folder won't be in small grid. I just create an art folder. And in the art folder, I'll just make a new folder. Like wood plank. It don't matter what you name it. I typically keep all my stuff separate. So that if I want to just move that into another level, that's all I have to do. I don't like add it to the other main materials that may be like in there. If there's other stuff in there, I don't let it add it to that level. So I just let it create its own. So you load like small grid and you hit like F11, and then once you hit save level, that's when it's going to create that folder in the user folder. Damn, where'd it go? Levels, small grid, art, and this is that wood plank. See, this is the default user location. I haven't modified it from where the game installs it. This is its default app data local beam ng and so forth and so on. So you gotta save the texture, and I'll just save it in that folder. Small grid, art, wood plank. Just call it. Well, I would just call it one, but I found out making a mod that it's not good to name everything one. So I'll just wood plank. And I normally convert the PNGs into DDSs, but for sake's time, I'm not doing that now. I'll just leave it. Because I'm going to bake another material. I'm going to bake in normals. See how it looks. Normals is what gives it a little 3D geometry. Yeah, I've seen that bus eater in a video. That's like for I saw that's like something I have time to make. That's like a pretty complex thing. The Disney cars, you can Google those. People have made them. as mods and, you know, shared them. So this is the normals here. We'll save this one. Actually, I modified one car and gave Lightning Steve wings. I shared it on one of my videos. Oh, you don't have wheels, he's got wings. That's quite a bit of work making a car. I don't know how to make a complete car. I know how to modify a simple car, like a very simple, like the ones that are like a unibody, where the body is just one big body and it's like on, you know, just wheels and a frame. Alright, so we baked our textures now. Our material for this thing, I'll just call it new wood. And I'll just change the name of this to new wood. And we don't need the light or the camera. And we'll export this. Oh yeah, let me get it out of the ground. It's kind of half in the ground. I'll move it just above the line here. You see its origin is centered to this center here, which means it'll rotate on the origin. But if you want it to be able to scale correctly, you need to set the origin to the 3D cursor and apply all transforms, export to DAE. The texture's already in there. The one that I just baked, though, the normals, actually I forgot. Oh yeah, I did save them. Let's go to small grid art wood plank and just call this whatever. Oh, wait a second. I forgot. Duplicate the object. Call the duplicate COLMESH-1. Add empty plane axes. Add 2 of these. Call one base 0, 0 and the other start 0, 1. This will be a proper collision mesh. You move things on your desktop. Hold shift, left click, drag and drop. Put collision mesh into base 0, 0. And then, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Hold shift, left click, drag and drop. Put start into base. And then put these two into start. Export Collider into that level. Now let me close the game, reload it. Shouldn't have had it running like that. Now the old way I used to let it run like that, but this way I just let the game make the material. I don't have to fool with manually doing it. If the game was already running, just reload the game and it just reloads the assets. But what you can normally do is just right click and say refresh assets. Now since I did not, when I was in Blender in the shader, it's still using the procedural texture. I didn't bother to set up a new material for it. So in the object here, I'll just go to material and just pick that color map that I saved after the first bake. And that's all messed up. I should have checked it in Blender. I didn't. But that's how you get your object in there. I just screwed up the texture. Like I said, I hadn't tried to bake wood textures yet. I thought, well, I'll try it. But the normals, you can see how that makes it look different. Now I'm damn determined to figure out why it didn't work. I think I needed to unwrap the UVs and then bake it. Oh, what the hell am I thinking? I don't have any seams in it. Just smart UV project. Let's try it again. Just baked 1024 this time though. What I was saying about checking the material, that ain't damn, that's all screwed up. I have to I think I'm overthinking something because this is not damn hard to do. It's still early in the morning. Alright. Now that's correct. But it's not. It's, or yeah, it is. Should be right. I'm just gonna, let's see here, bake it, diffuse. See how that one looks. That was so damn dark. Oh, wait a minute. Damn idiot. Looking at the damn collision mesh. Still early. That's my excuse. It's still early in the morning. Let's try that one there. Or that one's even better. That's a more complex shader. Image texture. New. Always want to check your face orientation. Make sure your normals aren't flipped. Change the lighting. Let's make it a little brighter. Rebake. Now the game is running, but it's the same texture, it's just a different material on it. So as you go like to your asset browser, see it's not in there, you right click, refresh assets, there it is. And no material. What did I do? Damn now. What did I do? What's that called? Raw wood. Oh yes, because it's still got the procedural texture on it. I think I'm gonna go back to sleep and wake up tomorrow and try this again. Alright, let's just do this. It is not this complicated, but I'm making it complicated. Yeah, it helps the damn connect the damn thing. Well, what's going on? Fuck it, I'll make this a little later. I'm getting irritated because this is like a simple thing, and I don't know what the hell. I'm pretty irritated. Can you make a forest brush object collidable? Yes. Man, I don't really know why y'all are fascinated with them Disney cars so much. They bore, they honestly bore the crap out of me because everybody's done it so many times. It's like, come on, move on, do something new, do something original. They really bore me to tears, to be honest. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of trains either. I mostly like making map-related things. Uh, but the cars, they just take so damn long. I'm not really interested in making them. But I did make the one, modify the one, where's that at? With the wings. Where is it? Steve. No. Yeah, this is the one that I shared a while back. links here. Make sure it still works. Mods. Oh, downloads. Downloads. No, damn it. See, I took the wheels off and I gave him wings. You hit T to give it some thrust. It's not exactly easy to fly, but it can fly. This is like an experiment. This is like an experimental attempt to make a bird out of Lightning Steve. Now that I've learned how to do slide rails, I have another idea how to do this. I'd say if you can keep them in the air for a minute, you're doing pretty good. Just steer left and right, flat. You can also hit G to go even faster. But the car y'all, a lot of people are asking about are the ETK mod that Agent Y made. That's the one that I'd used to make that Mater truck, which that's I can show you the mod that you'd have to download to, are the ones that most people have been using. I didn't make the mod. Let me see if I can find it. ETK. Shows like a little bitty car or a car. There it is. This is the resizable one that people are using to make mods with. I'll re-download it and show you. So like I unpack this, so let me go to the folder and kind of give you an idea what you'd have to do. This chat thing is confusing me. I'll move that out of here, and I'll delete this folder, and then I'll go to the vehicles folder and I'll move it into there. That way any changes you do to it save the textures in there, and not you don't have to start moving files from one folder to the other. You just move them in here and you're done. But see, like the car, delete the cached version of it. And the car, the DAE, like I'll load this in Blender, and you'll see what you'd have to do to change it to another car, like a Disney car. So that's not even getting into changing the J-beams. That's a whole different thing. This is just replacing the shell of the car with another shell, basically. Import DAE vehicles. So when you load this, you'll see basically every part to all the ETKs that like this. Like you have a door, another door, whatever, all the stuff for this car is like basically here. Now this is just a mesh that is displayed as the car. It's not the actual J-beam of the car. That's something different. This though, if you were going to replace this with a different car, for example, what I did basically was had it not draw the car, and I added to the J-beam slot. I believe I did. Damn, it's been a while. So you'd be replacing that with another car. It's not a quick thing to do. But that's the mod people are using a lot, because it offers all these different sizes that you can scale. So once you do the body swap, it's easy to load it with all the different. I thought I damn shared that one that I did. Let me look. I was pretty sure I did. Made her all sizes. Let me check it. I know I did a couple of these. I remember after doing the last one, I said, I ain't ever doing another one. Hell with that. It's not my interests. It's just too time consuming. I like doing things that I can do in a couple hours, a day at the most, not something that takes several days. And these things are boring. They're like super boring to work on, because they just are. Alright. Let's move this into the vehicles folder, and let's try and load it and see what we get. Because I'm pretty sure this is just I don't think I made the J-beam for this. I'll have to load it and see. Yeah, see how I can hold down the control key? The actual J beam for the car is not being represented correctly. This is just a DAE on the that's the triangles basically for the car that this is actually fitting on. And so this won't deform correctly because, well, you can see that's not actually the shell. It's trying its best to conform to the shell that it's on, but hell, it's significantly different, to say the least. So, unless the J beam is remade and this is replaced, that shit takes time. Time that I don't like to put into doing stuff. But this is drivable, and you can spawn different sizes. It's damn it. Is it just me, or is only like it seemed like this menu is like laggy? I don't know. Maybe it's just seems like the damn menu runs at 30 frames a second, and it's just always annoyed me because it's like I'm quicker than this thing will go, and it's like I'll start clicking around and like damn, this thing's got some damn delay to it. Something's wrong with the wheels though. I'm missing two wheels. I mean, the wheel's there, the mesh is not though. That's not the person that made the mod's fault. That's my fault. Something I did wrong. I didn't like load every one of these to check them all out. Tires missing. But I mean, as it is now, I mean this link. I'll just where's the damn thing at? Hold on a second. Mater all sizes. If I get time, I'll look into why the wheels ain't working right. Um, oh damn, there's two different ones. Which one's the most recent? Damn, there's three in here. I don't even know which one's which. I tell you what, I'll just share this whole folder and y'all can check the entire folder. I've shared it before, but everything in here, I'll just go back one folder and just share a link to everything in here. That'd be the easiest way to do it. I don't want nobody deleting anything, so there we go. And let me pull back this here. Voila! That's a whole beam folder. Everything I made in like the past year and a half's in there, mostly. Some stuff I don't know what it is. I forgot. Some things work, some don't. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. I would call it United States, but we're more like just the states now. We ain't really united anymore. Pretty damn divided over here. Hey, I'll be right back. All right. What kind of internet kind of buggy did you say something about? My internet is kind of bugged. Request. What was the request? Yeah, I never loaded. I've never messed. I've never had Gmod, Gary's mod. I mean, most games do use DAEs for assets, um, but they're different physics engines. BeamNG obviously is a lot more realistic to soft body collisions. Steam Workshop. Yeah, people tell me this is like a cool physics game that like you can do anything in it. Let me see something here. GMA file extension details. I'm going to say that's probably Gary's mod. I don't know what it stands for. Yeah, Fun Punch Studios. I know I had installed something in Blender, but I think this is for Valve. The imports Valve stuff. Someone had asked me about some Thomas the Train with spider legs, and it had to be imported as a source engine. Yeah. Yeah, that's not. A lot of games use DAEs. And a lot of the models you can download, like Sketchfab models, are like FBXs, uh, or Wavefront OBJs, which are pretty easy to convert into a mesh. You can convert the stuff into a mesh. It's just making it into an actual mod. That's a lot more work, depending on what the mod does in the game. I mean, it may not be possible. Sometimes you get lucky and you get models in here that people have made because they're fans of the game or something. And that's where I get a lot of my models from, because I don't got time to make everything that I make. It just takes too damn long to make things. Let me, yeah. This is one place you can get free models. Another one's Turbo Squid. Havoc NG knows a few places too. He's mentioned them in his videos. There's a lot of places that give away free models. That's just gonna pull up GM trucks. So yeah, I don't actually own Gary's mod, but for doing it from scratch, so I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Is just this building here is. I'm not sure what's being referred to as Construct 13 unless it's that building. Now what I did for textures for something I was gonna make, I haven't made it yet. Where is that folder? Let me think for a minute. There it is. See, the game Watch Dogs 2 has super resolution. You can take super resolution. Like, it's one of the games you can hit Alt F2 to do super resolution. Like, some of these I rendered at like some ridiculous resolution. 11,000 by something. It's almost 12K. Maybe it is. I don't know. But you see, using that to take screenshots, I was doing this to make some building textures, among other things. And I was like, just wasn't playing the game. I was just going around town taking screenshots in really high resolutions so I could make some assets for Beam. I thought that was interesting too. That's not that high of a resolution. That one is. Like this, for example. So I think that's pretty cool. Like if you're gonna make something with that. What I'll do though, if I'm gonna make something, I'll put as many images in one picture as I can, so that there's not many draw calls for the object. The more draw calls it has, basically, the more textures it has, the more it starts to affect performance after a while. But I don't even really think about performance anymore much. I upgraded my system, so I used to think about it a lot, but now I don't really think about it too much anymore. It's like these are basically would be like baked textures. They wouldn't be procedural, they'd be baked, where you're just basically slapping a wallpaper on an object. But you can make them better. You can add, you can do like a normals filter on them. But yeah, I actually want to make a building that you can drive in that's a mod that the building can collapse. But that's like a long time. That'd be a long time project. Oh yeah, somebody was asking about them 8K terrain, 8 8K terrain for the game. So I have this already saved, where this is basically rendering a height map of this terrain. It's not this terrain. I'll redo it. Go to the sculpt tool. Just make it flat. Smooth it out. I was wanting to try something. Had an idea. Use a cloth simulator on it to make it look like something unique. Oh yeah, I need to turn on collisions are on. Okay. All right. Let's see what that does. Resolution, that's 4K. Let me just do a 1024 real quick. Just make sure it's still rendering correctly. Yes. But something's off, because there shouldn't be any black there. Oh. Yeah, this helps I get it out of the damn ground, wouldn't it? $81.92, the highest the game will take for a map size. Render image. Oh, actually, when you save in a height map, you want to save it with a specific name. Name would be map outrun. Shit. Exactly what it's got to be called. and saved in black and white. 16 color depth. Then you can load it into the level. Create a terrain block. And then import terrain. Height map image. There you go. Import. Oh shit, I had 2 terrain blocks. I didn't mean to do that. You're not supposed to have 2. Never do that. The world space-time, the universe space-time continuum fabric will be destroyed if you have 2 terrain blocks. Yep, I don't want 2 of them. I have got 2 to load before. Then the level never loaded again after that. Yep. Yep, yeah, it crashed. See, them 2 terrain blocks killed me. Yeah. Why is there 2 damn blocks again? I'm not understanding what's happening here. This is acting stupid. 8K map. Just made from this shape in Blender.